I don't care if Africans embrace their culture, what they've learned in their homeland. But one of the things I think is highly disrespectful is when they, to your face, in real life, in person, discuss their culture. They like to make comparisons. They're very competitive, right? And they do it in this way that is divisive. And you can begin to understand why Africa is in turmoil and why the people at the Berlin Conference knew they could overtake it. There are so many tribes in one African nation, for example. Nigeria has so many different groups of people, right? I bet you they're all really competitive. Listen, this West African lady threw insults, and I'm not even sure that they are just oblivious to what they are doing. They tend to talk in a condescending way, no manners, just brutally aggressive, at the same time claiming that they are being helpful. Discussing culture is one thing, but throwing insults and saying that you're, seeking togetherness or trying to make things better is very, very diabolical. That culture is. It is an insult to tell other people that they don't have culture. It is ridiculous to think that you can continue to say something like that and not get any feedback. What is up with that? Many of us have experienced individuals actually saying that to our face. They think it's okay. That's crazy. And to think that you're not going to eventually start getting feedback. The fact of the matter is that Black Americans, ethically Black Americans that descend from enslaved people here on the USA soil, we have culture. Look up the definition of culture. We have traditions, we have arts, we have belief systems, we have food. We, yes, wear American clothing, but we put our mark on it. There is certain type of accessorizing or accessories that specifically point to our people. We've developed music. We have culture. The Black American culture is distinct as well as broadly practiced or has influenced other groups of people around the world. What is this thing to purposely try to demean another group and think that they are going to be accepting of that, or that is a way to get them on board with you? Huh? If I've not said so, Social Nurse here, thank you so much for stopping by. Listen, I think that other groups of Black people can be proud of their culture. You can be proud of your culture. That's fine that you have things that are distinct about you that maybe you left in the homeland that you traveled from, or maybe you have taken and brought your culture along with you. That is fine, right? Maybe you think your culture is the best, but it is not up to you to tell someone else that they don't have culture. Then to say that your culture is better. That's ridiculous to think that someone is going to be embracing that type of rhetoric, right? Social Nurse, what I do is, just periodically respond to some of this stuff lately, right? But I talk about a lot of different things. Now, I don't have anything personally against Caribbeans or Africans. Let's get that straight, right? But I also think that a lot of these racially Black people keep Black Americans in their vision, their line of vision, right? And they are insulting us and think we're not supposed to say anything. Now, just because your culture does something that you think is really important doesn't make you a better group of people. It just doesn't, as evidenced by what is going on in the nations you come from. You can talk about all day long how the West does this, that, or the other, but your leaders choose to participate. They don't take a stand like nations such as Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. Shout out to those people. Make respect, right? Just because you love your culture, the people who think the way that I'm talking about, doesn't make you a better group of people. Your practices doesn't even make you better. Listen, this is a real life experience that I am going to share. I, at one point, a lot, participated in different volunteer programs and functions. There was a lady from West Africa, and part of her culture, according to her, included a certain type of respect that they showed to their elders or parents or people that they see as important. We know this, right? Some cultures do things that we don't do in the American culture, which is part of Black American culture. Black American, we have some specifics. Be it good, bad, or you don't like it, so what? It doesn't make your group of people better. So this lady, back to her, was one of the volunteers there. And she had shared things about her culture before. And one of the things she shared is that they bow or kneel. They prostrate when addressing or coming upon or greeting an elder, a parent, or someone that's highly respected. That's fine if you all want to do that. But that act doesn't make you a better or more respectful person. Who knows what the hell the person you're prostrating to or bowing to is really like, what they are doing. They could be criminals, scammers, DV against women, right? Paternity fraud over there. So what? It doesn't make them or you a great person or an ethical person because of a practice in your culture. Just because you show respect to one person or a group of people doesn't make you a better person worldwide or even broadly in your particular culture. With that said, this same woman was a thief on camera. The camera was I don't know where it was mounted in the room, but she was caught stealing out of the benevolent fund petty cash box that happened to be unlocked for some reason. I'm not sure why it was unlocked, or maybe she even had the key. I'm really not sure on that part, but we know that practicing a specific culture from different racially Black people doesn't mean that there's total goodness. There's good and bad in all cultures, right? We understand this, right? That lady was caught stealing out of the benevolent fund petty cash. A woman who talked about how great and grand her culture and how good and better it was. It definitely did not influence her to have respect for other people's belonging or organization belongings, right? That petty cash is cash that we use to purchase subway, train tickets, and bus tickets for people to get to wherever they had to go, right? That is what that petty cash was for. It was just on hand in case there was a transportation problem that someone needed some cash or help with, or to ensure that they had a boarding car, for the month to get to where they were going, right? So, that's just one example. Going off or demeaning someone else's culture doesn't mean you're better. Now, the lady that I have pictured in this video, I don't know her, but she went viral for telling Black Americans, get on board, join the winning team, Africa's winning. Then she also talked about how their culture was better, right? So that's the only reason she's pictured here. She's just a reference point for what's being said. It's ridiculous. Stop it, social nurse.